Yo, welcome back everyone to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. It has been a minute, but I was busy running my own collection, Squishy Squad NFT. We did sell out and we are building a great community there, but I'll talk more on that later. Today, I will be discussing what I think is the best way to make money in the NFT space today. Alright, so now we're going to go over the best way to make money in the NFT space, and that is through whitelist spots. Essentially, what a whitelist spot is, it secures a spot for a buyer to buy an NFT in a collection. So what it does two things. So first, it lets the collection's strongest supporters get a guaranteed spot in their collection. And second, it's going to let buyers avoid a gas war. So essentially what a gas war is, it's when there's a lot of congestion or activity on the Ethereum network, and there's just a lot of people trying to outbid each other on who can pay the highest transaction fee to get access or buy their NFT. And now you're probably wondering, why is it so important for me to get a whitelist spot, and how is it so profitable? Well, a great example is a project that I actually got whitelisted on, and that's Carfuru, and they minted at 0.2 Ethereum for their whitelist. And now on the secondary market, I know that I can sell it for over 3 Ethereum profit. And the way this works is that there's so much hype going into this project. People are willing to pay a crazy amount of money, such as over 3 ETH, because they want to be a part of this project. However, if you do get whitelisted, you can get in at a much cheaper price without paying a ton of fees and gas wars. And the reason why I say that this is the best way to make money in the NFT market is because it's risk-free, meaning the project will give you around 24 hours to mint the NFT, meaning you can wait. And when you wait in that time frame and give it, let's say 20 hours, you can see how many NFTs were minted off of the pre-sale and what the current floor price is. So again, if we go back to Carfuru, I know that I can mint at 0.2 and the secondary market was selling them for about 4 Ethereum at the time, which means I knew I could guarantee 3.8 Ethereum of profit. However, let's say Carfuru wasn't so hyped and was going at 0.1 on the secondary. I know that I just shouldn't mint it at all because it cost me 0.2 ETH to mint, which is 0.1 more than what the secondary market is selling for. Now that you know how important it is to get whitelisted, I'm going to teach you the best ways to get these whitelist spots, and it's coming from me, a creator or founder of a successful project. We did have a whitelist for our Squishy Squad project, and I was one of the lead people for choosing who made and who didn't make the whitelist. Alright, so coming in at number 1, we're going to have the classic engagement. A lot of founders and mods just want to see people who are genuinely interested and want to support all the hard work that was put into the project. The team behind the project knows that there are a lot of flippers in the space, but they want to build a core group and just essentially find people who really like the project for itself and not necessarily for the profit that's attached with it. My number 1 tip is to be genuine, as mods don't necessarily want to see GM, WGMI, and just spammy stuff like that within the chat. The only way that you're really going to stand out is to have honest and genuine conversations with other people in the chat, or really try to focus on talking with the founders and mods of the server. Another great way to get on an NFT project's whitelist is to make creative pieces of the collection. And this goes for any visual or creative, such as an art piece, a meme, video, really just anything that brings the community together and shows the team that you are willing to put in the time to make these great pieces for the collection. Creating these visual pieces are very important for these NFT collections, as in the NFT space, you are buying a lot of pictures or just JPEGs and videos in general. And if you can make these creative visuals, you really have an edge when trying to get whitelist, because art is very valued in the NFT space. However, if you're not as crafty like myself, another great hack to this is to go through Fiverr or just any freelance worker and get artwork done by them. I know that this is kind of cheating or gaming the system, but I do know a lot of people that do this, and I'm not gonna act like it doesn't exist. So this is just a tip or edge that I can give you guys on how to get whitelist spots through this artistic aspect. Alright, so this third way of getting whitelist spots kind of relates to the first step of engagement, but in this sense, we're going into the voice channel instead of just chatting away. Alright, so when you do join the voice channel, you want to be part of maybe just a handful of people, not when you have, let's say, 100 people trying to all compete for a spot to talk. If you are in that situation, I do just think that's unbeneficial and almost a waste of time. When you do have the chance to connect and talk with people in a smaller voice channel, you can really build those connections that the community or the team wants to see you make. And a big tip I have for this is be helpful in the Discord VCs. And essentially, if you want to help people just get through OpenSea or with their MetaMask issues, that would be huge. And if you do that, you show the mods and the team that you're a valuable person in the NFT space, you know what you're doing, and you can help other newcomers into the Discord. Another great VC tip that I can make is to stream if you're playing video games. This way people can enter the chat, watch you stream, and it really brings the community together through you playing the video game. When there's nothing really much to talk about, people can always just comment on your gameplay or just say something about the video game that you're playing, and it really just gets the conversation going. So the last way to get whitelist spots is through buying into a project that has a Launchpad system. So what that means is there are well-established projects that have minted already, and they are partnering with other collections that are up and coming. So essentially, the up and coming or new collection is using the other NFT project as a platform to help market. A great example of this is the Squishy Squad Launchpad. We have actually done over $1 million in profit for our holders within 1 month. So essentially what we do is we get these whitelist spots from very hyped projects and we offer them to our holders through a raffle system. And our holders, depending on if they like the project or not, can enter this raffle system and hopefully get picked to get a whitelist spot. I personally really like this way as it is very low effort, and all I'm really doing is I'm putting a form in saying, please, I hope you pick me, and if I do, I get a whitelist spot that I can hopefully profit from. And I really like this way because you're really not putting in that much effort or time into it. Essentially, you're just filling out a form in a community that you want to be a part of or that you're already in. Alright, so as great as a whitelist spot meta is, I will say that there are some downsides to this. And starting off, it can waste a lot of your time. Doing these things, such as being engaged in their Discord through chatting and VCs or making these great, elegant pieces of artwork, will not guarantee you a spot on their whitelist, especially when it's overly hyped and there are tons of people trying to do the same. And another way your time can be wasted using this method is by having their team or collection fumble the bag or not execute their mint or collection well. This means that you can have a whitelist spot, but essentially it would be deemed almost useless or invaluable because the project itself is not doing well. And now my biggest problem with this strategy is that it leaves a lot of mistrust or a lot of dead projects after they mint out, as this is a pretty popular strategy in the NFT space, meaning there are a lot of people looking around in the Discord saying we're all here to build genuine connections, but they're really just in it for the money or the flip. And this leads to a lot of projects going in with a lot of hype and leaving after the mint with almost nothing. Now that we covered both sides of the spectrum, these are just my overall thoughts of the whitelist meta. I personally don't think that this is going away anytime soon, as it drives a lot of attention into these new upcoming projects by having people do these things such as being engaged in their Discord or making a lot of fan art and posting it all over Twitter. Just doing stuff like this will drive a ton of attention into the project itself. However, I personally do think that there will be a better way for collections to gain a lot of hype and get traction marketing wise. However, I don't think it's changing anytime soon, and take advantage of the opportunity at hand, which is this meta or using this strategy. I would highly recommend using the whitelist strategy, especially if you're a noob or if you don't have much Ethereum to play with. Again, because it is very risk-free. You can always make your judgment sometime in the pre-sale if you do want to mint, and you can always gauge the secondary market to see if you can make that profit there. Alright, so thank you for making it to the end of the video. I will say I'm so sorry I haven't been in front of the camera for a while, as I have been really busy running my own collection, Squishy Squad. We do have a lot of cool things there, so please go ahead and check us out. We do things such as market bots and Launchpads, as I mentioned. So we are really trying to help our squad get an edge especially when you're flipping in the NFT market and just keeping everyone up to date as to what's going on in the NFT market. So if you haven't already, please go ahead, like and subscribe, as I am going to be posting a lot more YouTube NFT content. And if you aren't, please go ahead and follow my Twitter as well. It's been so much fun being back in front of the camera, and I will see you guys soon.